FABRIZIO Romano has provided a Youri Tielemans update to Arsenal, and this update has been backed by the president of a side which goes by the names of Leicester City. Call him the chairman in here onto Rokani Media Football. And we are talking a little bit of Odegaard and Sam Bernard Leno in the video that a move to West Ham, that a move to Fulham is really coming to happening in here onto this channel, which goes by names of Rokani Media Football. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David onto this channel to bring you these stories in here for you as you guys are really waiting for them. But for starters, before we go any further or before you go eyes, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily, because when you do that, you won't miss out on any story that we upload onto this channel, which goes by names of Rokani Media Football in there for you. Let's start off immediately with this Youri Tielemans story. Tielemans has been linked to Arsenal since last season or last summer, but things didn't come to maturity or materialization because Arsenal failed to meet the realistic evaluation of a side which goes by names of Leicester City. As things stand now, Leicester City is really saying that no offer has been brought to their table as far as Youri Tielemans joining a side which goes by the names of Arsenal is concerned. For you, but you don't expect the chairman to go in until let the cat out of the bag that, all right, we are having very many offers for this lad, because it's rumored that United are really chasing for the signature of Tielemans. Arsenal is too chasing for the signature of Tielemans, and even the coach Brendan Rodgers came out and told us that it's going to be very hard to keep him, and he's trying to convince him to really extend his contract at Leicester City. But the lad is saying no. Some will ask us, or we'll ask him or herself that why are we talking about renewing the contract? Obviously, Tielemans is left with just 1 year left on his contract, and by next summer he'll be up for grabs on a free. So Leicester City are trying to really get money out of Tielemans, but it looks like they're asking so much money. Arsenal wants to pay £25 million. Leicester City wants £30 million in there for you. If at all that was not what we've been briefed about by the close sources of the club, then that would have been a very typical lie in there for you. But the chairperson has really come out and told us that Youri Tielemans deal Sterling as chairperson. I know what Shida Nafraba confirms. It's nothing. There haven't been any offers yet. There hasn't been anything concrete or a proposition yet. He said about Arsenal and Manchester United rumors in there for you. That has been reported by FABRIZIO Romano in there for you. So this chairperson is just a joke. You know, he can't really come out to confirm that this player, their offers coming in through. Obviously, for a player like Youri Tielemans with his quality, do you expect to reach this juncture when no teams have really approached Leicester City to sign him? That's out. That's out. He's left with 1 year. The player and his agent are really trying to get suitable offers to see to it that they really get the best move for the client. And this chairman is just playing what we call a delay in truth. You get? He's delaying the truth. And they say that very many people can lie. Sorry, you can lie people for some time, but you can't lie them all the time. That's it. So he's spreading a lie all over. Obviously, we know these chairpersons of these teams always come out to protect their players. We very much know that teams like Real Madrid have always kept quiet on offers offered to them for their players. You get? Look at Barcelona on the deal of Frenkie de Jong. They first came out and said, no, Frenkie de Jong is here. But he's here for good and he's here for keeps. But guess what? We saw Joe Motaf and Richard Arnold, the CEO of Man United, in Barcelona. And they were there to discuss the Frenkie de Jong deal. So these are things that you won't go ahead and really believe. Take them with a pinch of salt. That's what I can tell you. This chairperson of a side which goes by the names of Leicester City is just a joke and trying really to fumble out with things. But the fact is, Arsenal have already approached Leicester City. But the problem is, Leicester City and Arsenal are really £5-6 million apart. That's what has led this deal not to happen in there for you. And you see, Leicester knew that either Wilfred Ndidi or Tielemans was leaving. They already brought in Soumare, you know that very well. Soumare is that lad who really plays for Leicester City. They brought him last season in preparation for the departure of either Youri Tielemans or Wilfred Ndidi. And now Wilfred Ndidi no longer has suitors to take him. And now it's Tielemans' turn to leave a side which goes by names of Leicester City to join either Arsenal or Manchester United. I think obviously this player is wanted and the chairperson can only come and tell you that we've gotten offers, blah, 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 but he's lying. The fact is, the player is wanted. He has already agreed personal terms with Arsenal to make it worse, because Ben Jacobs has already told us that Arsenal has already agreed personal terms with Youri Tielemans, and now the chairperson is saying no offers have been even gotten yet. Now, how did we know that you guys want 30 million pounds and Arsenal is offering 25 million pounds? You get? Because an offer was put on your table and you said no. So the chairman is just trying to play safe, but trust me, he's just delaying the truth, but the truth will come out in there for you. Now, FABRIZIO Romano has come and confirmed to us that Arsenal are still in contact with Tielemans' camp, but no official proposal. He's a name on Arsenal's list, but Arsenal need to sell players and decide who the right player is to bring in this position in there for you. So, FABRIZIO is telling you that Arsenal has already agreed personal terms or are in contact with Tielemans' camp, but no official proposal really made. So, before an official proposal is made, they have to put there an offer. You get? So, an offer was put there, but they rejected it. But Arsenal's list has very many players and they need to sell players. So, as I told you yesterday that Arsenal has a lot of players to really sell off. And there is no way you're going to convince the board to really come in and really bring Youri Tielemans when you're still having lots of players at your team, close to 7 players that's about to sell, and none of those has been sold apart from Guendouzi. Bernard Leno needs to be sold. Hector Bellerin needs to be sold. Pepe needs to be sold. Pablo Mari needs to be sold. Ainsley Maitland-Niles needs to be sold. Reece Nelson, but they're saying he's staying. Close to 6 players, I think. And there are those that are going to go on loan. One, Tavares is going on loan. Which other players leaving Arsenal on loan? Let's wait and see. So he has to first get out all of these players and at least gather some money to see if the board really gets an evidence that he's really short in the squad that he's having. But Arsenal fans should celebrate this because this man is on your list. And Ben Jacobs told us that they've already agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Tielemans and Arsenal are already at par with personal terms. So it's only Leicester City playing it hard that they want 30 million pounds from a player who is left with just 1 year on his contract. Yet Yefisi Besuma went to Tottenham Hotspur at only 25 million pounds. So Arsenal believe that we wanted Yefisi Besuma, he went to Spurs, but I 100% believe that even Tielemans is worth that amount of money. And I really believe that Tielemans is so much okay with this. Even if Leicester doesn't sell him this summer, he won't renew his contract, meaning that if they are to sell him in January, he'll go like for 5 million pounds. If you are to sell, if they are to let him complete the season with them, obviously, he'll go out on a free and will really sorry about that. If they are to let him out on a free, that will work a lot for him because he's just 25 years of age, meaning that he'll get a free deal when he's 26, obviously get a huge sign-on fee, and secondly, a huge salary from either Arsenal or Manchester United. So it's really looking like he's playing in the hands of Tielemans and it's out of the hands of Leicester City. And I don't know why Leicester City are playing hardball. I don't know why. Sell the player, get the 25 million pounds out of him, and go ahead and do the needful because it's only Arsenal and United who are really pushing for this player. And the only way bidding war will come in through, it's when United really fails to bring in Frankie de Jong and they really go hard on Tielemans. That's when Leicester City will say, all right, Arsenal, there is another person here getting us 30 million pounds. Are you really willing to add us more money? And that decision will depend on where the player wants to go in the field. Because nowadays the deals are so much dependent on where the player wants to go, not where the club wants to sell him. You get? If it was the case, Jules Koundé would have gone to Chelsea. If it was the case, Rafinha would have gone to Arsenal or Chelsea because they had offered more money than Barcelona. But the player said, no, I'm not going to either Arsenal or Chelsea. I'm waiting for Barcelona until Barcelona really got this deal done and dusted in here onto the channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. So that is FABRIZIO Romano confirming to us on that. And then we had TalkSport. They told us today that TalkSport understands Arsenal are yet to make a serious offer for Leicester City midfielder Youri Tielemans, due in part to concern over his physicality in there for you. So Arsenal are really planning to make a serious bid for this guy. But obviously, I know they're talking with Leicester, and the player is confident that Arsenal is really going to get this deal done. And I trust, and trust me, Arsenal has everything to do on table to get this deal done. If at all they don't get this deal done, are you hearing me right? If at all they don't get this deal done and dusted this summer, that would have created room for Youri Tielemans to really respond to other suitors like Manchester United. And we believe that even if he doesn't leave this season, United will still be wanting this player to go in and play for a side which goes by names of United. So it will be like a Jules Koundé situation. He was a variable, and Chelsea went in for Koulibaly, they went in for Kimpembe and Nathan Ake. After they failed to get those two, they resorted to him. That's why this lad decided to go into a side which goes by the names of Sevilla. Yet they had already agreed personal terms last summer. Arsenal should take this as a case study, that this summer is the last time they are really going to be interested or having a priority to sign Tielemans. If at all they fail to sign Tielemans for Leicester this season, then the player will be fed up of Arsenal. He will take Arsenal as a team that is not serious. Then they will go in all out for other teams that are really going to come in through and do the needful in there for you, because nothing is really going to put this deal to a stop, because the player won't renew his contract at Leicester City. Leicester City doesn't want to sell him at £25 million, and that's what Arsenal is providing. So I think let's wait and see how this is going to come or unfold in here onto the Rokani Media Football, because Youri Tielemans is up for sale. And guess who is selling? It's Leicester City. But they are selling forcefully because they wanted to sell the player, that's it. But the player doesn't want to renew his contract at Leicester City. Then HLNBE, they are telling us that Arsenal are still interested in Tielemans, but they need to shift players before making a move for him. They are also considering cheaper alternatives in the for you. Which cheaper alternatives is on the market? Which cheaper alternative is the market that is worth Tielemans? I don't believe that Arsenal are really in for cheaper alternatives, because money is there. And FABRIZIO told us that Arsenal are really willing to go in and spend hard on a player, provided he suits what the manager wants. Arsenal want to break a record for the very first time to spend £200 million plus in a summer. So I don't see them really going in for an alternative. You get? Because the alternatives are viable, are cheaper, are expensive. Milokovic-Savic is expensive. Bananka, I think, is beyond £30 million. Yet Arsenal don't want to pay 30 to Leicester. Which other players are viable players at position? I think Sangare for him is available for, I think, like 30 again million pounds. So I really believe that it would have been okay for Arsenal to go in and really do the needful to get in this player immediately. Because if at all they don't get him this season, next season it's going to be hard to get this player, because the player will be convinced that Arsenal are not a serious club. If you can't pay £30 million for me to take me, why do you waste my time? If a team comes in, they can take Tielemans in there for you, because he really wants a move away from Leicester City. And obviously, his football is really beyond Leicester City. His talent is really beyond Leicester City now. He has served them enough, and he needs to go elsewhere at a bigger club to try out another challenge that we really see him named as one of the best midfielders in the world. Obviously, if he goes to Manchester United or Arsenal, or in the big team like Chelsea, you never know what will happen to his career, but he's really talented. That is a man who goes by the names of Youri Tielemans. Either for you, smash the like button, comment and share. We go to Ghana. Bloggers reported that Martin Odegaard is Arsenal's captain. It's just a matter of time until Arsenal announce it. Obviously, he's the good captain of Arsenal. We've seen him do great things for Arsenal in the for you, and it's just a matter of time for Arsenal to announce this deal, and it's going to happen immediately, according to me, because ever since returned, he has captained Arsenal in the game of Everton. He has captained Arsenal in the game of Orlando City. He captained Arsenal in the game of Chelsea. Then, who is the next captain? And he has been the captain when Jacques has been in the field of play. The only contender is Kian Tierney, because it was said last season that Kian Tierney and Odegaard are the two ideal choices available for Mikel Arteta to choose his next captain. But it has been shown to us that all of the games, Odegaard is the captain, and it's written all over the world that it's Odegaard who is going to be named the captain of Arsenal, because Mikel Arteta told us that very soon they are going to really make an announcement of the new Arsenal captain in there for you. Obviously, he's a born leader. He's a captain for his national team, and he has been since he was 18. So he's really a lad who knows what a captain needs to do at Arsenal. I think he can really give them the best they deserve in there for you, because lots of things are really in the hands of the captain. And when he's in the field of play, he doesn't disappoint. If you want the right answer to that, ask Chelsea fans. They know what he really did to them when he was in America in there for you. So Martin Odegaard is going to be Arsenal's next captain. It's a matter of time, an announcement to be made. It won't take long, because I think they can even announce him on the game they're going to play on Saturday against Sevilla. Saturday or Sunday, the Emirates Cup, they're playing against a team which goes by the names of Sevilla. So we are waiting to see what Mikel Arteta will take as a choice to pick his captain in the fight. But obviously, we know that it's going to be a man who goes by the names of Odegaard. Obviously, he deserves to be the captain. Then Ghana's bloggers told us that Guendouzi and Hutchinson transfers to Marseille and Chelsea respectively have sell-on clauses. That means if at all Marseille sells Guendouzi, Arsenal has a percentage they're getting, because he left Arsenal at £9.5 million. So, and obviously he's really having a very good season at Marseille, and if at all he really has a very good season next season, then he will be up and available for sale, because Marseille is a selling club, and good enough is that he's going to the World Cup. So he might really get some good spell at the World Cup, and teams will come in January to say, all right, we want him for 30 or 40 million pounds. Obviously, Arsenal will get some percentage, like 10 million pounds off that deal, because I know they really have some good money, and that clause was included into their contract with Marseille. The same applies to Hutchinson, either for you, young 19-year-old Ghana who left for the Blues, which is Chelsea. It's rare to see a player crossing from Arsenal to Chelsea or Chelsea to Arsenal because of the London derby and the rivalry they've been having. But we saw Ashley Cole cross from Arsenal to Chelsea. We even saw Milan Barros. So not Milan Barros, I'm sorry. We even saw Gallas crossing from Chelsea to Arsenal, there for you, where I was really given the captain armband and cried a lot when Spurs really beat them on the game that would have really saw them win the Premier League in there for you. So Guendouzi and Hutchinson have been really put onto that contract with new clubs, but their clauses of sell on. When they're sold, money will flow back to Arsenal in there for you, because they sold them cheaply, especially Guendouzi. With what he had put on the field of play, £9.5 million is really less, but it had already been agreed in the contract. That is what we call a buy clause, a loan with a buy clause. That's what Arsenal really went for a man who goes by the names of Guendouzi. But Plenty Goal from Germany, he has told us that Bernardo Leno's move to Fulham is looking good after positive movements between Fulham and Arsenal, with an agreement now expected to happen in there for you. Bernard Leno and Arsenal, I think finally they've come to an agreement, but you're waiting to see, because there is an intruder in this deal who goes by the names of Leicester City that would act as a transfer boost of Tielemans to Arsenal and Bernard Leno to Leicester City. So a lot of things are really happening on this deal. So you never know, there might be a deal that's going to happen this week when Bernard Leno is crossing to Leicester City and Tielemans crossing to Arsenal in that for you. So we are waiting to see how those are going to happen. But it's rumored that deal clause, Bernard Leno to Fulham is closed. But I will believe that if at all Leicester comes in and really tells Bernard Leno, please, we want you, I think he will go there. He will go there, because he knows that there is a lot of spotlight at Leicester than Fulham. And Leicester is at another grade of really staying into the Premier League than Fulham in there for you. So we are waiting to see how tomorrow is going to transpire at the side which goes by names of Arsenal and all these players I've talked about. Tielemans offer incoming. Then Fabrizio clearing some air onto the deal of Tielemans to Arsenal in there for you. Then we've talked about Martin Odegaard, the next Arsenal captain. Just a matter of time to be unveiled. and so many things we're talking about. Feel free to go to the comment section and tell me what you think about Youri Tielemans to Arsenal and very many more in there for you. FABRIZIO Romano update, and the chairperson of Leicester speaks out on this move. I sign out for now. See you later. Smash the like button. Your reactions to all the stories we've done today, or all the stories we've done in this last episode, are welcome into the comment section below. Good night, my mates.